Good evening, good evening. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the chat room. This is Shae Davis and I appreciate you coming in. If you're new to the channel, we handle our business first over here. So if you can go ahead and subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell, I so appreciate you. You guys, I think tonight I just didn't know what I wanted to talk about. So much stuff been happening, but I had someone ask me about dating. They're already thinking like years from now. Her daughter's fairly small, but she's thinking years from now. And she was asking me what the appropriate age do I think that kids should start dating. Because, the world is so moving so fast. Kids are moving so fast, growing so fast, trying to do everything so fast. And I'm still old school. And I think that if you start young, telling your kids young, when they start inquiring about, dating or when, things of that nature, and just getting curious. I think if you establish early that 16 or whatever date that you decide for your child, I say 16 for mine, but I said 16 because I feel like they have a sense of self. They have a sense of, they've seen other people in relationships. They've seen you in a relationship with their fathers. And I think that they can decipher, what they want to a certain degree for their lives and what they do not. Now, don't get me wrong, 16 is still a young age and it's still, you can be very influenced and you can also be dragged down by the emotions of another person, all of that. And that happens at any age. But I think at 16 more so, I think you are aware of all the things that could happen versus, being much younger. And I just remember a young lady who was in middle school, and toward the end of the year, the little boy broke up with her, and then she tried to take her life. So I think that when you get things too early, even like a relationship, and you can't handle the emotions that come with it, because there's a lot of emotions that come, and sometimes adults can't even handle adult relationships. So I just think it's a lot to allow a kid to get involved in. Of course, it builds soul ties. And the earlier you start doing that, the more you have, no more weight you have to carry with you, and the more baggage or luggage you have to carry in your heart when things don't work out. It's very rare that a relationship, your very first relationship, works out. Kudos to those who it has done for, but for the majority, the first boyfriend girlfriend situation rarely works out anymore in this day and time. So I would just say take your time and know how to love who you are. Know how to be okay with being alone. Learn how to be happy like by yourself first. And when you're happy by yourself and you are in a relationship, you have a relationship with the Lord, and you are in your space of happy, whether someone is here or not, you're just about handling your business, that your mate will come. They will find you. It will be by happenstance that you guys happen to meet or whatever, but I had no regrets. You know what I'm saying? When I got married, I had no regrets because I had lived full, like in my 20s, and I lived full. My teen years, I lived full, and so I tried to. It used to actually be my motto. That I'm going to enjoy every season of my life, and I guess it still is. As I went through the breakup with my marriage and stuff, that kind of put a damper on that a little bit, but I'm getting back to it. So I'm feeling like I'm going to be the best that I can be. I got a lot of business ideas for this next upcoming year, and half of me have been a little bit afraid to act on that. And I don't know, because maybe I was told that I couldn't do it or can't do it or whatever. But you have to also, that's another reason why you don't want kids to get so entangled in a relationship, because people say things to them that they can carry for their lives. And I'm older, mature woman, and I'm saying that I've carried things that people have told me, the negative things that people have actually spoken to me. And even though you try not to carry those things with you, subconsciously you carry those things. And the longer you are in a relationship with somebody, the more it's believable to a certain degree. Even if it's false, it could be 100% false. But when you're in that space, and you think you're in love, it's very little that anybody is able to get through to you and tell you. So, but the person that you do love, if they're talking negative to you, you have a tendency to believe that. And I'm not sure why we do that, but negative things seems like it sticks with people longer than it does if positive. Somebody can tell you 10 positive things about yourself and they say one negative thing and you are focused on that negative thing. And I don't know why we set up like that. Not just you personally, me too. And so I'm not sure why it's set up that way, but it is. And so we have to do self-talk, and we have to know that no matter what someone says about us, you need to be a level mature. No matter what they say, if they, you just have to have a sense of self. Then you have to have a sense of boundaries. So you can't just let somebody, and I think you establish that as you watch and be a good observer of other people's relationships in your life. Whether it's your neighbors, you see them married and how they handle themselves, and that's just going to be a glimpse of what you're allowed to see in public. But if you living with a person, your mom and dad, your guardian, or whoever you're living with, uncles, aunties, sort of people that you have an up close and personal relationship with, I think it's a good opportunity for you to learn. We have a lot of our own judgments of each other. Like, I wouldn't take that, or I wouldn't do that, or whatever. And just never say what you'll never do. I've learned that I've had to eat those words. And so I can just say to you, never say what you won't do. And so when you take time, observe other people as a young person, a teenager, it teaches you a lot if you choose to learn it. But if you're so busy running and trying to get into a relationship, you never learn the lesson of self-love, which means sometimes you tolerate more than you should when somebody's not being so nice to you and someone is talking down to you. When you've spent time with yourself and and you're for sure about yourself and you're for sure about what you want, and that comes with age, and it comes from maturity, and it comes with you spending time with yourself. It comes times with you establishing who your Lord is in your life, and just wanting better for yourself. If you never take time to figure out what you want, then anybody can lead you anywhere. So that's why I say, and honestly, 16 is early. And the only reason why I put 16 as my guideline for my kids is because what I don't want them to do is get to college and have their first experience with someone. And college life is totally different from reality. So I would like them to at least, know what it is to talk to someone, date someone, so it won't be so new, and they have all the freedom. First of all, they have all the freedom when they get to college. So you have no say when they come, when they go, when they do anything, right? As a parent. So with that being said, I wouldn't want that freedom plus a first mate to be at the same time. So I would like for them to have some spirit. Even like with driving, some people are like, oh, I'm so scared my kids to drive. And I'm saying, let them get the driving experience while they're at your home so that you can guide them a little bit. The first relationship, while they're under your roof, so you can kind of guide them and tell them some of the things, wisdom. And please don't pass along toxicity to your kids about saying that, men are no good or things like that, because there are good and bad women and men. And so you can't categorize everyone. I've met some very nice gentlemen that are good men. So it's not a such thing as all men are this or all women are that. So I've known some not so nice women. So please don't pass that toxicity of what you've experienced in your relationship. And it's okay for your kids, because my kids see me live out loud. They see everything concerning my life. Just like I come over here and I try to be as transparent as possible here on my channel. I'm very transparent with my kids. If they want to know something, I'm going to tell them. So, and so they see me living it out loud. So they watch me get up from, a devastating divorce situation, that, like a separation situation. So they've seen me get up from there. They've seen me boggle down with debt. They've seen me, not having a job. They've seen me in all kinds, like the really, really sad part of me, the depressed me. They've seen me in all phases, but they also saw me get up, pull myself together, get a job, pay my debt. I mean, they've seen me in all phases. And I think when kids see that, it's either they're going to take from that and they're going to know too that if hard times happen to them or people disappoint them, it's going to be okay. This too shall pass. They will know that. They will see, oh, well, mama got back up or daddy got back up. And they have something to reflect and reach for versus feeling like they're bogged down. So even parents, even when they do not, you never think your kids are watching, they always watching. So if you're not motivated by anything else, when life happens to you, be motivated by getting up so that your kids can see you get up. And so when they reflect on their life, when they become adults and things happen that they are unplanned, then they too can pull from that strength and know that things will be okay. They said, oh, well, mama was able to get up out of that situation. I definitely can get up out of this situation. So I just say, let them take their time, encourage them to take their time. And most parents do, but most parents that I know do. But if you have a say so in that, which you as a parent should, then try to tell them to refrain from dating, although all their friends are. See something different, and it'll be something different about them because all their friends are dating. They always stick out because they're not, and because they stick out, most people's eyes are on them. And so, and I tell them a lot of when the more conservative you are, the more people want to date you, want the curiosity about you. So be selective, and when they do date somebody, be selective. You don't want just anybody. So be selective. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate it. If you came in late, if you would be so kind to hit the notification bell, like the video, and subscribe, I do appreciate you. Have a great evening. Love you guys.